Hello, welcome. We're going to be doing a project in an art journal, but you can be using a piece of cardboard or whatever you have because we're going to do a magazine collage. So this is a tool. This doesn't count as supplies. I've got magazine pictures, I've got markers, and I've got a pencil. This is a graphite pencil, so it's a little more smeary, but any pencil will do. And I'm just going to work on a page. Now, this is a pretty bright page, and so sometimes I would go ahead and maybe put things like gesso or something on top to knock it back, but I'm just going for it. So my magazine pictures I picked out. This is from a picture in Italy. And then I've got her, and I've got this piece of jewelry that I thought would make a cool sun. It would go on top. And I like to kind of lay it out so that I know what needs to be glued first, what needs to be glued second. But this is always so fun. If you see a little space there, that's because I cut her purse out. But there she is. I don't know why I'm being so fussy because I'm going to move it all. And then I've got her to sit alongside. And of course, we're going to change them up. So I've got a fun head for her. And I've got another fun head. I always laugh when I do these. Another fun head for her. I want to kind of match them to the body as best I can. And instead of a purse, she's going to have this that she's holding onto, a watch. And she has some sunglasses. And then she is going to be holding on to a shoe. Like that. And that's basically how I'm going to get started. What do you think? These are always so fun. So I do have my glue book, and I've got some glue sticks, and we're just going to start gluing things down. But what I'm going to do first is I'm going to just kind of create these little miniature collages. So I'm going to go ahead and put glue stick on the back of this shoe. And I realize you may not be able to see my whole glue area, but that's okay. How are you doing? I hope you're doing well. If you're new, welcome. If you're returning, welcome back. Thanks for joining me on this fun collage day. All right, let's tuck this shoe in. Now, I've got glue further than I should, but I'm just going to leave those parts sticking up. And her hand's not glued in. Now let's get her head. I think what I'll do is just put glue on this head, and then I can always add more glue. That probably would have been smarter to do with the shoe as well. You know what? I'm going to cut her hand. Oh boy. I'm going to cut her hand. Which one? This one. Oh, I did cut it. I thought I had. Okay. Move over. I'm going to cut. Well, I did cut her hand to go on top of her face. Am I way out? You can't even see what I'm doing. I'm sorry. There. Okay. So these guys are figured out. This guy, I feel confident where I'm setting him. So I'm just going to go ahead and glue up the back. My glue stick. I use a Scotch permanent glue stick, but I did buy some different ones that I'll show you when we get to them. And I do try on magazine sheets to get glue over the whole surface. It helps with bubbles and wrinkles, but if I still end up with them, I don't sweat it. Still just part of the fun. And here we go. It's crooked. It's only bothering me. Oh, brother. It's only bothering me because it's going to go over this seam, and I don't want it to. All right, this is it. However it's stuck, it's stuck. Okay, smooth it down. And I'll go ahead and put my version of the sun up there. So I hope that you are working in your art journals or working on some kind of a project. If you can see my head, I'm sorry. Get that on there. Yeah. There's the sun. Okay. Well, maybe I'll go ahead and put her on. What do you say? Yeah. Okay. I think that magazine collages are so fun. I really do enjoy them. You don't need a lot of supplies. You just need a magazine and a little imagination, and you can just go to town. And I really think they're fun. Now, putting glue on this much of a surface, it takes a minute, or at least it takes me a minute. Because if I don't get it all over, I'm always sorry later. So that's my goal. Get those little feathers from her hat. And I'm going to put a little glue under this hand. And a little glue under this hand. And there she is. Looks like she has something to say, doesn't it? All right, so I'm going to glue these guys together. So I'm going to put this face. So I'm just going to put it a little bit on this one side. And I'll put a little under her hand, like that. And now her head, I'll just put some on this head. And I like the way it was white. It's not a perfect white match, but it's the white on top of the white. I thought that was handy. And I did leave some of this space on the feet. Now this foot is wanting to be covered up by the earth, and so I'm going to trim that just a little bit. Trim this down like that, and let's see if that gave that shoe some room. Yeah, that's just fine. Okay, and I can glue her sunglasses on once she's down. So now let's get the glue book here. And let's start gluing these together. Do any of you like to do magazine collage? Sometimes you just need a piece from a magazine for some words. I do that. Or sometimes you just need a focal point, which is fun. Some of the artists, they do entire glue books where they really don't do a lot to the individual pictures other than glue them down in a artistic way. And they're beautiful and it's a lot of fun. Whoa. So we know we don't need to cover up her shoe. And let's get her laid down. And I'm going to just get a little bit of glue on this little point and this little point. And there's that. Okay. So that's the basic premise. Now I've got her sunglasses. And I'm just going to cut the edge off by her ears so they're not taking off behind her. And let's get some glue on this. Is it giving you a little bit of a chuckle? Oh, I just ripped her sunglasses in half. Hey, it's okay. Get one on, and then we'll get the other one on, and it'll be fine. Don't let those kinds of things discourage you. It's totally fine. Happens to me all the time. And we'll just knit these back together. I'm sorry if you can see my head again, but that is fine. Okay. Looking good, looking good. All right, so now I've got all of my magazine elements on, and I like them. Now I'm going to do things to help marry this to the background. And as you can see, it is a busy background. This was one of the backgrounds that I used to create one of those shorts, and it took more than one take. So I've got another set I'll show you in here that's similar. Where is that? Right here, that I'm also going to have to figure out. And I still have this side, but I thought for this side, a magazine collage would be fun. And I had a strong feeling I'd cover up enough of it that the back wouldn't be just overwhelming. So now what I like to do is outline. So I'm going to outline the pieces to try to marry them together. And I'm using they call this a fine point Sharpie. To me, it's more of a medium point, but that's what they call it. So I'm gonna put her hand over the tennis shoe. And this is like her elbow. And so I'm just gonna do that. And then bring this around. And this just sort of marries it. But if you can see now, I'm going around her and not where I left it for the earth. But I just think when you leave their footing a little bit, it sort of helps ground them so they don't look like they're just floating in space. Now I'm going to go up on the shoe and go around the shoe this way, like that. But now I'm going to go here on the edge of her back, and that's where she's sitting, but I'm going to go ahead and go around here. And then maybe what I'll just do is do the bench, but I didn't draw it down there. Okay, now her head. So I'm not going to cut it off at the neck. So I hope this is, you can kind of get the idea of what I'm doing. And when you outline, and I am not looking for perfection in these outlines at all, but also if you had any issues with cutting, or if there's some weird little something hanging on your magazine picture, you can just draw right over it. Now I'm drawing right over the sun to outline these feathers of her hat. There's a little space in here. Now I've got to be careful because I could be getting black on my hand and I could drag it across. Sharpie dries pretty fast, but magazines are pretty slick and things don't always stick as well on them. All right, how did I do? And I can always touch it up if there's little places that I see just didn't quite cut it. Yeah. Okay, looks good. I'm going to work on her, but I'm going to turn it upside down. So again, I'm not dragging my hand over her. And I'm going to start with her foot. Just like that. Now the watch is going to be outlined on its own. Went way off here, but that's okay. And I'm just, is my head in? Hello? Around her t-shirt. I bet that's a $200 t-shirt. And I'm going to go around her glasses. And here. And I'm going to do this little space. I don't always know why I decide to do some of these things the way I do them, but it's just kind of a feeling. I'm going to do this space here. Okay, let's turn it around and see what we've got. Oh, her tennis shoe. I want to do this part. I realize my hand is probably in your way. There. Okay. Now that already has made a big difference to me. I'm going to go around the sun, which is a couple of $1 million necklace, I would guess. I think it's made by Tiffany. Now I can see the background. I'm just going to thicken that up like that. I was tickled. This dangle, it's like a charm dangling from this baguette necklace. And I thought, oh, well, that's convenient, so that if I want another couple of $1 million charm, I can just hang it on my couple of $1 million necklace, no problem. Oh, to have such problems. How can I pick a charm for my necklace for today? There we have it. Okay, this leg needs to be gone around. It's looking good. Okay, now we got to do them up a little bit. So I've got my Poscas. So that's one of my other few supplies. And I think I'm going to start by working on her sunglasses. And she's wearing a lot of white, so I'm going to use my white Posca. And I'm just going to give it some dots. And I realize I may be in your vision. Sorry, but I'm just making dots. I think I'll go all the way around. Yep, liking this. And maybe there's some kind of a design here, like that. There, nice. That's good. Okay, what else am I going to do to kind of, well, this says made in Italy, but I'm going to go ahead and decorate her t-shirt. I'm just making sure that I'm not to a point that I could be putting my hand right over some fresh acrylic paint. Now, maybe this would have obliterated the words, maybe it wouldn't have. I don't care. But I like the way it's marrying the neck color to the t-shirt color. I think it just kind of makes it look more together. I'm going to give this, I don't recommend charging like that your pen when you're on top of your work. You're taking a risk, but I'm a risk taker. That may need another coat. I'm just seeing too many kind of brush marks, so to speak. Okay, I like her. But with that red on her shirt, I think it needs some red somewhere else on her. All right, I'm getting my glue book. It's right here. Oh, here. I can just take a page that I threw away. And I want to get this ink to come down to the point. There we go. Okay. So I think I'll put it on the Roman numerals of this Omega watch. Yeah, I'll put it here too. Good. And maybe her shoes are red. We can do that. There. Now you look more together. This looks like it's dry, so I'm going to see if I can just smooth it out a bit. Okay, that helped. Now, I'm not done with her, but I just need to think about it for a minute. But I'm going to go ahead and work on her. I like the yellow of the tennis shoe, and I have a yellow marker. So I think what I'm going to do is just highlight with more yellow. I'm just going over the stitching of the shoe because I'm a better designer than whoever did this. I think it's, I don't know. I was going to try to read that, but I'm not going to spend my time worrying about it. Okay, how about a flower? Or 2 or 3 or 5. How's that look? Yep. And maybe some green leaves to go on her shoe. Just a line. You realize I'm raising the value of these shoes exponentially. Yes, if you want the flowered up shoes, that's a little more expensive, but that's okay. All right, I want to do the centers of these flowers. I'm just giving them a dot. I don't even know if you can really see the flowers because they are a little bit light. I think I'm going to give these tennis shoes some pink laces. Yes, that's good. Okay. I'm going to just see if you can see the shoe. Can you see that a little better? Okay. I'm kind of avoiding a wire. That's why I'm sort of going around. All right, this heart. I'm going to go around, I'm shaking it. I'm going to go around this one. Can I lay my hand down? I think so. With black. And I think that will help. I'm having to fill it in a little bit because I didn't quite get it. Normal. Normal for me. Oh, it's raining again. We had storms last night. Okay. Now, what about her? Do you see how these feathers, underneath it was yellow, and I really couldn't get that yellow off? Or, you know, I couldn't cut into all those little... I think I'm just going to add some more yellow to her hat. Have it kind of... Yeah. What do you think? Have it go right onto the background. I like it. Yeah. Yeah, that looks good to me. Maybe I'll add another color. That's daring, huh? How about orange? I'm just following what I can see are the feathers. Good. Yep. Yep. Just what she needed. I want to jazz up her eyelashes. I'm going to grab, this is a Sharpie that has the brush tip. And I can see her eyeliner, so I'm just going to give it a little more. Few down here. And give her eyebrows a little boost. Yes, I like that. I like that just fine. I'm gonna put it right here. Some little ones. Yeah. Yep. That gave her a little jolt. Now she's got sort of a red dress. So I think what she needs is a bit of red jewelry. Give her a Wilma Flintstone kind of a bracelet. Maybe a Wilma Flintstone kind of a necklace here too. Like that. Yep. Maybe one over here. She already has a little gold necklace or a bracelet. Oh, she needs an earring. There we go. When that dries, I'm going to outline that in black and put a little connector. And maybe she just has a little red on her shoe. We can see the heel. There. I like that. Yep. She doesn't have any earrings either, or any bracelets. Well, let's get a whole new color. Let's give her some pink. And she'll have a different kind of an earring. Let's see. Let's give her multiple dangles. Like that. And then maybe we can see a few over here. Like that. Yep. That helped. She could use a little cheek color. I'm just smearing it. Yep. A little over here. Yep. Very good, very good. Is it coming together for you? Are you getting it? Do they look like they're in Italy? Okay, I want to do a border now because I think a border will really tie this up together. So I'm going to start out with white, and I'm going to make it kind of a simple border. So I think what I'm going to do is start out with just some circles, and I realize that these circles may be a little bit hard for you to see. Maybe I'll go along this way. Just gave it a little charge. I'm not worried if this is perfectly spaced or not. Bigger one here. I'm going to go up this side. These aren't hardly even circles. Okay, I'm going to turn the book around. And when I turn the book over, it does help me. It does help me to even visualize what I've created from a different angle, and I may like it worse or I may like it better. It's just one of those things that you have to experiment. Now the white may not be showing up, but I'm going to outline them in black. So I think that will bring them to the forefront. You'll have to let me know in the comments if you do this type of collage work, because I am very interested. Oh, hey, I did get to 100 subscribers. So I will have a video very soon that will talk about announcing my 100. And I mean, we're talking like in the next, I'll probably make the video today, and then it'll be posted very, very shortly. So go ahead and subscribe to my channel, and then ring the bell so that you get notified, and then you'll see a notification and you can check it out, and it'll be for the giveaway with instructions. And it's just for fun. I'm not giving away a car, or, you know, like Jazza gives away thousands of dollars worth of art supplies. No, I'm not in that category yet. When I have the millions of subscribers that he does and the millions of views that he gets, I will be more than happy to share like that. But right now it'll be just for fun. Okay, I've got the white circles, whether you can see them or not. They're all the way around. I'm sure you can see some. And I'm going to go back to my bigger Sharpie. And I'm going to start outlining, and then outline and make a line. Okay, I'm getting some paint on my Sharpie. You just have to rub it off. Just like that. Like beads. Yeah, the last time I looked, which was earlier today, I think I had 103 subscribers. Yay! So thank you to anyone who has subscribed, or if you're going to be subscribing today, that would be marvelous. And as I say, later today, I will be making a video about that. And it's not going to be complicated. It's just going to be anyone who comments on that particular video will be put in the drawing. If you comment more than once, you still only get your name in once. And I've got 3 little fun prizes with a variety of things. So I'm excited. I'm going to turn my book because it's getting hard to reach. Oh, that was wild. Some of these are close together. Some of these are far apart. It's all good. Yep. Okay, I'm going to turn my book again. What do you think? Are you seeing the border come together? It's something you could do. I know you can. The whole project is something you can do. So what were my supplies? I've got magazine. I've got a substrate. And I've got markers. Now I consider things like the surface you work on. I mean, that's not like a supply. I didn't ask for, well, it's kind of a weird way to word it, but I mean, this project doesn't require a specific kind of substrate. You know, I didn't say you have to work on a wood plank or something like that. It's just, I'm working in my art journal. I hope you can consider doing the same in your art journal. Maybe you did a journaling by 5s and you've got a page left in the back of that. That would be perfect. Or I have a video out there that talks about turning junk into gems or something to that effect, where I show you how you can take, I got paint on it again. How you take like a cereal box or a pizza box and how to cut it down and turn that into a background. And then if you get an art journal later, all you have to do is tip it in. And I can show you how you can attach things into your journal when you want to add some of the pieces that you did on the side. No problem. Yeah. If that's something you need to see. let me know in the comments and I'll do a video on just that. It's called tipping in. Tipping something into your art journal. Okay, now I think that border really pulls it together. I still think we could use a little bracelet over here. And, you know, she's got pink earrings, right? So let's put a pink bracelet on her. And I think it'll just be a roundy one like this. Yeah. And I'm going to grab the black and I'm going to put the black around this earring, and I did put a little line to attach the two parts. I think that that looks sharp. Maybe I'll go around these. Give them a little highlight. I didn't know if I was going to need the graphite pencil, and I don't think I am, but I just wanted the option of that. And there's her bracelet. Okie doke, I'm liking that really well. I think these flowers, I'm just going to give a little black dot in each. And I think that'll punch it up just a little bit too. Yeah, like that. I like that. Well, how about these earrings? I'm going to turn it around again. I'm sorry. But I'm going to go ahead and outline these earrings just like this. And give that a little boost. Yeah. Can't really see the top ones because you can't see her ear. That looks sharp, very sharp. Well, what do you think? I think the border could use a little something else, and I like the idea of either pink or red. I'm going to outline this pink bracelet now. And I think I'm going to go with pink. And I'm just going to put a dot in every one of these circles. These little details are what make the frosting on the cake or the salt and the pepper to your favorite recipe. It just adds a little something. And these are the things that people often miss. They may know they like the piece, but they don't necessarily know why. But these are the things that can just make it special. And the way you can tell is that if someone is kind enough to kind of replicate what you did, but they miss these little details and they don't understand why it doesn't look like yours. And it's these little details that just make all the difference. See, just those little dots, I think, really gave it an extra boost. Okay, now, I don't want to use a thick. I want to use a thinner Sharpie. I've got this. Does this work? Let's try. I just want, I'm being careful where I lay my arm. Yeah, that doesn't want to write on that. I may have to go with the brush point and just really use the tip. But what I want to do is a little black line in the pink. Yeah. They looked a little too floaty to me. There. Yes. That helped. Well, what do you think? I think it's sweet. I think it came out great. I love it. All right. I'm signing it right here. Thank you for joining me. Please look for the video that I'm going to be putting out about the contest. We're going to have that giveaway fairly soon. And in the meantime, I'll see you in my next video. Thanks.